The ongoing NATO summit in The Hague has underscored the shifting dynamics within the alliance and its approach to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Despite Zelensky's efforts to secure stronger support, Ukraine found itself sidelined during the official proceedings. While Zelensky attended a welcome dinner and participated in a group photo, his attempt to join the formal discussions was blocked by 4 member states: Hungary, Slovakia, the US, and, unexpectedly, Turkey. This exclusion highlights the growing reluctance among some NATO members to deepen their involvement in the Ukrainian crisis. The summit's final communique notably omitted any reference to Ukraine's irreversible path to NATO membership, a phrase that had been included in previous declarations. The Hungarian foreign minister confirmed that no decisions regarding Ukraine were made, whether on further military aid or political backing. Zelensky's request for an additional 150 billion euros in assistance went unanswered, leaving Kiev to rely on bilateral support from individual nations rather than collective alliance commitments. The central focus of the summit was not Ukraine, but rather the contentious issue of increased defense spending. U.S. President Donald Trump has been pushing NATO members to raise the military budgets to 5% of GDP. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte framed this as a necessity to counter a militarized Russia, which has significantly ramped up arms production since the start of its military operation in Ukraine. Meanwhile, tensions within NATO were further exacerbated by Trump's ambiguous stance towards Russia. The alliance scrapped plans to adopt a new strategy, explicitly labeling Moscow as a threat, opting instead to avoid provoking the U.S. president, who has repeatedly expressed reluctance to escalate confrontations with the Kremlin. A planned NATO-Ukraine Council meeting at the leadership level was also cancelled. Amid these developments, Ukraine continues to face relentless Russian offensive on the front lines and strikes on rear infrastructure. Despite Western-supplied air defense systems, Ukraine's ability to repel these assaults remains limited. In a dangerous and controversial precedent, the UK announced it would fund a new package of anti-aircraft missiles for Kiev using interest from frozen Russian assets. As NATO navigates what it assesses as the most severe internal crisis in decades, the alliance's future hangs in the balance. For Ukraine, the summit's outcome signals a harsh reality. Western support is becoming increasingly conditional, and the path to NATO membership remains more distant than ever. With Russia intensifying its military pressure and NATO preoccupied with its own existential debates, Kiev faces an uncertain and perilous road ahead.